right, man, let's talk about Keyshawn Davis. I did live, but let me do a review video specifically for the good brother Keyshawn Davis win over Dennis Berinchyk. And even after the fight, Bo Mac called Berinchyk ass. Keyshawn, a lot of people was talking about how much bigger Keyshawn was than him. And I said Keyshawn is really going to determine how well his conditioning is. And, it's really going to be determined by him as well as how how he does when the size gap starts to, even out between him and his opponent, similar to Broner, similar to what people talking about with Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, as they moving up, size, fighting over smaller guys do give you advantage. So when he move up and he start fighting guys a little bit more skilled, it's going to be interesting. But what I noticed in this fight is, it was a lot of bluffing going on there about the first round knockout. He didn't come out there and try to fight all crazy. Keyshawn did what Keyshawn do, used the jab, busted up his lip, busted his nose open in the second round, and then started just going to the body. Even when he saw blood, you seen the discipline in Keyshawn Davis. You seen the discipline. He continued to stick behind, stick to the game plan. He's a very disciplined fighter. He fights within self. I think that's another amazing thing about Keyshawn Davis. He fights within himself. He ain't gonna fight. He ain't gonna do nothing that he customarily don't do. And when Berinchyk, he tried to move around. He tried to maneuver around Keyshawn footwork, and he tried to hit him with some awkward shots, and he landed some awkward shots here and there. And showed Keyshawn some angles and got some shots in there. But ultimately, in my opinion, Keyshawn was just too big. Even some of the shots that Berinchyk landed, they wasn't no devastating shots, but they were some solid shots. But, they just rolled right off Keyshawn, or Keyshawn rolled with the shot or took them like it was nothing. It was just a big size disadvantage here. Berinchyk was in there looking like a featherweight, super bantamweight. And, Keyshawn was looking like a fucking junior middleweight in there, and when Keyshawn punched him, it looked like that. So it just didn't look like, oh, you in there with a bigger guy and I'm in there with a smaller guy. No, it looked like, when he punched him, it looked like he was fighting somebody that didn't belong in the ring with him. And, Berinchyk, he tried to come in there and do the Ukrainian funky Watusi, but that didn't work for him. He landed some awkward stuff here, but then Keyshawn, then he had to keep coming in and out. And when he got on the inside and he tried to, because he'll grapple with you. When he got on the inside and started trying to squabble with Keyshawn, he couldn't bully Keyshawn because Keyshawn was too fucking big. He couldn't bully Keyshawn because he was too big. So that was the crazy thing about it. So it was just nothing that he can do. And then when he hit him, he crumbled. When he hit him, he crumbled. When he hit him first, second round, you bust his mouth open like that. I mean, what do you expect to happen? It was just a matter of time. This was like a chihuahua in there with a pressing canary. So, but yeah, Keyshawn was, he didn't have one disadvantage in the ring. He was a stronger fighter. He was the more athletic fighter. He was the more disciplined fighter. He was the better puncher. He had the more athleticism, and maybe you could make a case that old buddy had better footwork, but that didn't matter because the size was just too much. The size was too much. The size was too much. So, we started talking about these things, man, and looking at these things, man. Keyshawn's probably going to be able to transition seamlessly into 140 pounds. And if he stays at 35, I don't see Lomachenko getting into the ring with him. Obviously, I don't see him and Shakur Stevenson fighting. I don't see a Davis versus Davis fight, in the works for him neither. So to me, it's going to be interesting to see, kind of, where he goes from here. But this dude is just too small, and his skill set was, he couldn't get respect. His thing is just, kind of like Lomachenko, just pepper, frustrating you with footwork, with feints and irky jerkiness and using angles and ping, ping, ping and ping, ping, ping here. But that didn't work with Keyshawn Davis because you got to get past the jab. And then, he was able to control him with the jab, keep him at bay. When he hit his body, you could see the impact on the body. You could see the impact. So, yeah, Berinchyk was already 46 years old. They really didn't have a chance in this fight. He was brought here. He was paid here to lay down. That's just what it was. He was paid here. He was paid to come and lay down. He was basically paid to sell his belt, and that's what he did. He sold his belt. He sold his belt. That's what he came to do. He sold his belt. He sold his belt. And that was a decision. That was a decision that he made. He sold his belt. So he knew, he didn't have much of a choice or too many of an option. So this is probably the most lucrative option. All right, we probably gonna give you, a fight, one at Raimondo Mortella down the line. We give you one of those fights, but right now, sell, give us your belt. We gonna pay you for your belt, and then we'll match you down the line. With some other people. We give you some little fights to help sweeten your retirement bag, and that's what they did. He knew he didn't have a chance in this fight. I'm surprised they ain't try to run it back in Norfolk, and they probably did. And Berinchyk was like, I not go there. No. I get beat up in New York City. Don't problem with that. Don't go to Norfolk. Like, what is Norfolk? I go there and no other black people there. All black people, no other Ukrainian, at least few Ukrainians in New York City, So, yeah. At least Ukrainians in New York City. Balling like P. Diddy, I know they don't like P. Diddy. I just say balling like P. Diddy, not the balling that he does, with other people. It just, you see what I say, Americans take me, what I say, translation out of context, as you say in America. But yeah, Keyshawn is probably going to be a pound for pound guy. He talked, got the family story, very, very engaging, kind of emotional type of guy, and talented, Pernell was helping him out. So now you got Bud helping him, Bud and Bomax, Saul and all them helping him out. And he just gonna take, he just gonna beat him. If you're gonna beat Keyshawn, you're gonna have to get him speed up the pace. Don't allow him to fight at his pace. You're gonna speed him up where whatever pace you want to fight at, make him fight at your pace. Speed him up. You see, he try to pace himself. That's what he do. If I'm fighting him, I'm trying to come out hot. And Berinchyk tried to come out hot, but it was just too much. It was too much weight. It was too much weight. It was too much weight, too much size, too much skill. But the size, that was just too much for him to overcome, in my humble opinion. It was too much for him to overcome. So, but yeah. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens. But Berinchyk probably gonna get through in there with Mortella or some of the other prospects coming up, like Abdullah Mason, somebody like that. He gonna continue to make some money with Top Rank if he continue to fight. So he got a nice bag to retire last night. He gonna probably fight, Mortella. They gonna start passing him around, around the Top Rank whorehouse a little bit, and he'll probably eventually get a loss to Mortella and then probably lose again, and then they probably throw him in there with the Abdullah Mason guy, and then you know, then he gonna beat him. I'm joking, but yeah, that's probably what it is. So, but yeah, good performance by Keyshawn Davis, man. He's getting better and better. I see the talent. You know, you see the work ethic. You see the precision. He's a very accurate and precise puncher. Hey, but let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is bell icon button. Hit all notification, increase your chance. Get notifications. You go live or drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love, support. Check out the Fire Reaction playlist. I'm gonna still leave the live up a little bit, but I'm gonna take the live down pretty soon. So if you missed the live from Saturday morning, you see this, it's just, you probably got a little bit longer to watch it or download it. Peace.